Uh, stand up, hands behind your back. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Excellent.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right. Would everyone please raise your right hands? Do you swear or affirm the information or anything you put on your application today will be the truth? If so, you can put your hands down and say I do. All right, thank you. You can put your hands down. So at this time, I'm going to just kind of give you an idea of what to expect today. So this is your first appearance in a magistrate court in Clayton County. We're not here to take your plea in your case or to try your case or to hash out any of the facts. I'm just here to let you know what your charges are. So you can put your hands down in the infirmary to let you know what your charges are. And also if a bond has been set in your case, I'll let you know what that is. As well as some of you will have special condition bonds and some of you will have unrestricted bonds. So basically, unrestricted bonds mean it's just a regular bond that you can either post three different ways. You can go through a bonding company, in which they usually take about 15%, or you can post a cash bond, which you post literally the total amount of your bond in cash to the sheriff's department. And when your case is over, you will receive that money back, less whatever administrative fees associated with bonding you out. Or you can use a property bond. If you use a property bond, it has to have at least 3 times the equity amount in the property to secure your release. So those are the 3 different types of unrestricted bonds. Some of you will also have special condition bonds. And those bonds will prohibit you from contacting a certain person or returning to a certain place. It's important that you follow the special conditions of your bond, because if you violate the court's order and you have contact with a person I've ordered you not to have contact with, or you return to a location I've ordered you not to return to, you can be charged with aggravated stalking. You will not be entitled to a bond. You would have to wait in jail until your case is tried. And you could be sentenced up to 10 years in prison and face a $20,000 fine. For those of you who have family members and friends who are going to assist you with bonding out, once we conclude this court hearing, I will complete all my paperwork and send it to the jail so that they can process it, and all this information will be updated so that you can be bonded out. If the person who is an alleged victim on your bond, and I say that you can't with that person, they will not be able to post the bond on your behalf. You will have to find someone else. And so if you're on active probation, the court is not authorized to set a bond in your case. Your probation officer will reach out to us at a later time if they agree that they're not going to either revoke your probation or so forth. So I need you both, everybody listen up really carefully to this next part, because each of you are going to have to make a decision when I call your name out individually, whether you would like to have a preliminary hearing in your case, or if you would like to waive your right to a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing is essentially an opportunity for you to have the state to prove that it's probable that you've committed the crimes as alleged. And I can tell you right now, so it'll help you make your decision. If you are only charged with misdemeanors, your court date will be on April the 6th. So if you're charged with a misdemeanor and you say, I would like to have my preliminary hearing, and you do not make your bond, the next time you will be in court is April the 6th. If you are charged with felonies, The next time you will be in court will either be April the 5th or April the 7th. So those are the dates if you'd like to keep your preliminary hearing. If you decide you would like to waive your preliminary hearing and you're unable to make your bond, then you will be in court within 7 to 10 business days from today's date if you decide to waive it and you're unable to make your bond. So please keep that in mind when I call you up individually about as to whether you would like to keep your preliminary hearing or if you would like to waive it. And I think we have went over everything that we're going to do today. Yes, we went over everything we're going to do today for first appearance. Do we have any Spanish speaking defendants today? Because we have our interpreter here.
No, Your Honor, no one speaks Spanish. Everybody is English speaking.
Well, thank you, Ms. Tolles, for coming in, but it looks like we don't need you.
Okay, thank you. Everyone have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Your Honor, could we do the person in infirmary first?
Yeah, who is that?
Holder?
You said Holder?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Holder, you've been charged as a law enforcement officer. Your bond is $3,000. Simple assault, your bond is $3,000. Disorderly conduct is $1,500. So your total bond is $7,500. You do have special conditions. You're not allowed to have any contact with Kevin Ross. Do you understand that, sir? Would you like to waive or would you like to keep your preliminary hearing? So we're going to keep your preliminary hearing. The preliminary hearing date will be April the 6th. Did he fill out a court-appointed attorney form? So I don't see one here.
Oh, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, he did not fill out a court-appointed attorney form due to his status.
Okay, all right. So I'll have to get a form and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you, sir. The next time you'll be in court is on April the 6th. Thank you. All right, so we can start with the women now, or you want to do the men first?
The women, Your Honor.
All right, I'm ready whenever you are.
Did you get my message I just sent you a few moments ago?
Yeah, I think you said she's in medical, Miss Moore.
Miss LaTanya?
Yeah, LaTanya Moore, she's in medical.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, I got it. All right, so let's see, Angela Elo. Miss Elo, you've been charged with theft by receiving stolen property. Your bond is $7,000. Do you understand what the basis of the charges are from?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, just making sure. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
Waive it.
Okay. So be sure to fill out the waiver form that they have over there and make sure that I can read your handwriting so I know that it's your form, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And based on your application for an attorney, I've appointed to represent you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Come on.
All right, Ms. Kamai.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you've been charged with possession of marijuana over 1 ounce. That bond is $5,000. Violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act is $5,000. And possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime is $5,000. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
I would like to waive it, please.
Okay. And I will also likewise need you to complete the waiver form and make sure I can understand your handwriting with your name on it. And so I'm looking at your application for an attorney form. So are you gonna hire your own attorney or would you like to be considered for one?
I'd still like to be considered for one, please.
Okay. Okay, based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. If you decide you want to hire one at a later date, you can as well. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Pham, were you here for to interpret a case?
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have anyone that speaks Vietnamese today?
No, ma'am. No.
Should have been a male, but he can't get it.
Okay, they don't need you, Mr. Pham. He's not there today.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Are you Miss Lemons?
Yes.
Ms. Lemons, you've been charged with terroristic threat to acts. Your bond is $3,000. Criminal trespass is $2,000. You cannot have any contact with Keisha Lemons. You cannot return back to 2493 Rex Road in Inglewood, Georgia at this time. And if you have any personal property there that's undisputed, you can go back with the sheriff's deputy within 10 days from your release to go retrieve any undisputed personal property. Do you understand the conditions of your bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Would you like to waive? Or you want to keep your preliminary hearing?
Yeah, I'm gonna waive it. So you say it's 3,000 for one and 2,000 for the other, so how much would I come out? 25 together?
So the total bond is $5,000. So through a bonding company, it's probably going to be between $550 and $600, depending on all the search charges and loans. Are you you're not working right now? Is that correct?
I currently is employed right now.
Your form you put NA on here. So you do have a job.
Yeah, I do. I work for Allen University.
How much do you average a month?
25,
Okay.
2025, in between those two.
Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, so make sure I can understand your handwriting on that waiver form.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Ms. Williams? Oh, that's why. All right, Ms. Williams, you've been charged with battery. That bond is $3,000. Criminal trespass is $2,000. So your total bond is $5,000. You do have special conditions. You can't have any contact with Raven King. You cannot return back to 49 Oldenburg Drive in Riverdale, Georgia, 30274. And you have 10 days from your release of custody to retrieve any personal property that may be at that location. Do you understand the conditions of your bond, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. But that's my house.
Okay, so it may, I'm not saying that it's not your house, unfortunately. I don't even determine whose house it is based on what I have before me. So what you have to do is have your attorney to meet with the prosecutor in the case, and they'll modify the bond and change it so that you can go back to that location. But I can't do it now because I don't know that. So I have to maintain the peace for now.
Okay, but she's not there.
Then that's even better. So as soon as you get out, have your lawyer contact the solicitor's office. So they can modify, 'cause they do it all the time. So they'll bring the bond paperwork to us and we'll sign it so we can change it.
Okay.
So then that'll make it less of a hurdle to get out. So did you want to waive your preliminary hearing or would you like to keep it?
I would like to waive it.
Okay. So again, make sure you complete the paperwork based on your waiver, so I can understand your handwriting, and based on your application for an attorney, I appointed to represent you. So go ahead and contact them so they can get your bond condition changed, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Is there any more female? Oh, okay. What's your name, ma'am?
Latrina Reeves.
Okay. Miss Reeves, you've been charged with obstructing a law enforcement officer. That bond is $2,000, and open container violation is $500. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
Wait.
Okay. Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Please make sure you fill out the form so I can understand your handwriting. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Is that all the females now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Are you Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown, you've been charged with having a expired or invalid tag. That bond is $500. No insurance is $1,000. Conspiracy to defraud the state is $2,000, and concealing an ID of a motor vehicle is $500. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary?
Wait.
So make sure you sign a waiver form and that I can understand your handwriting and know it's your waiver. Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Did you have any questions?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Are you Mr. King?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. King, you've been charged with loitering or prowling. That bond is $1,000. Violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act is $5,000. Possession of marijuana less than 1 ounce is $1,500. So your total bond is $7,500. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
Oh, wait.
You said you want to waive it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Complete the waiver form. Make sure I can understand your handwriting. Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Are you Mr. Gordon?
Yes, ma'am.
Gordon, you've been charged with driving on a suspended license. Your bond is $1,500. Violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act is $5,000, and use or possession of drug-related objects is $1,500. So your total bond is $8,000. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
I'd like to waive it, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you complete the waiver paperwork, and based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. That's the thing. That's regular. That's not regular.
Are you Mr. Hammond?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hammond, you've been charged with simple assault. Their bond is $5,000. Possession of a firearm by a convicted felon is $10,000. Your total bond is $15,000. You have special conditions. You have to stay away from Chelsea Banks. Do you understand that, sir?
I don't even know who she is.
That should make it easy to stay away from
Okay. So the total bond is how much?
her. 15.
Because if I have it on my property now, how can I get it to someone? I have it now on my property.
You just, you can sign a paperwork to release it to them so they can bond you out. You have to release it. They have to give you the paperwork so that you can release it to whoever you want to release it to.
Yeah. So it's 15,000 total.
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you.
I need to, are you gonna waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
Keep my preliminary here.
And your preliminary hearing date will be set for April the 5th. If you actually bond out, you won't have the preliminary hearing date. They'll send you notice when to come back to court.
Okay.
Let me see here. Okay. And based on your application, you don't qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so you have to hire your own lawyer.
As a high attorney.
You have to hire your own attorney based on your application. You make too much money for us to appoint you one. Do you have any other questions, sir?
No, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Okay, all right, thank you. Are you Mr. Moss?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right, you've been charged with giving a false name, date of birth. Your bond is set at $1,000. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
I'll wait.
So make sure I can understand your handwriting. They have you booked in as Mr. Hartich, but also put Moss on there, so I make sure I put the waiver with the right paperwork, okay?
All right.
All right, and based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you.
Okay, and I have a question. I have a hole in Fulton County. Once I bond out here, how long would they have to come get me?
I believe it's 72 hours, but don't hold me to that.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Are you Mr. Heath?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Heath, you've been charged with improper lane change. That bond is 500. Hit and run is 1,500. No driver's license is 1,000. So your total bond is $3,000. Would you like to waive or you want to keep your preliminary hearing?
I'm gonna waive it, ma'am.
Okay. So make sure you complete the waiver paperwork. Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Thank you.
All right, you too.
Are you Mr. Jones?
No, ma'am.
What's your name?
Nigel Kellum.
Nigel Kellum. Okay. All right, Mr. Kellum, you've been charged with possession of marijuana less than 1 ounce. That bond is $1,500. In violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act, that bond is $5,000. So your total bond is $6,500. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
I'm a waive.
And I see from your form here, you already have an attorney to represent you. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. What's your name, sir?
Marshall, Jaquez Marshall.
Mr. Marshall, you've been charged with following too closely. That bond is 500. Violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act is 5,000. And possession or use of drug-related objects is 1,000. So your total bond is $6,500. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
Waive it.
All right. Please complete the waiver paperwork. Make sure I can understand your handwriting so I know it's your waiver. Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions, sir?
You said 5,000, correct?
6,500.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. What's your name, sir?
I'm Eric Monroy.
I'm sorry, what's your last name?
Monroy.
Monroy. Mr. Monroy, you've been charged with impeding traffic, 500. Invalid or expired tag is 500. No driver's license is 1,000. And an unregistered, unlicensed tag is 500. Your total bond is $2,500. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
I would like to keep.
So you want to keep it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your preliminary hearing date is going to be April the 6th.
Can you keep your last one?
All right. You only make, okay. Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions? All
No, ma'am.
right, thank you. What's your name?
Morris, Johnny Morris.
All right, Mr. Morris, you've been charged with ordering a proud that bond is 1,000 in violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act is $5,000. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
Wanna waive it, man?
Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Please complete the paperwork and make sure I can understand your name on the waiver paper form. Do you have any questions?
How much day was it again, ma'am?
6,000 total.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you Mr. O'Mealy?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You've been charged with window 10 violation is 500, driving with a suspended or revoked driver's license is 1,500. Violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act is 5,000. Possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime is 3,000. Altered ID mark criminal use of is 2,000, and drug-related object is 2,000. So your total bond is $14,000. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
Waive.
All right. So how much money do you make a month average?
I'm not sure, man. I just got the job through a temp agency, so I didn't get paid my first full check yet.
Okay, I've appointed you an attorney to represent you. Did you have any questions? All right, thank you. Make you feel like that waiver paperwork. What's your name, sir?
Eric Potter Asbury.
Potter. Mr. Potter, you've been charged with giving a false name, address, the date of birth. That bond is 1,000. Driving on a suspended or revoked license is 1,000. Driving with no license is 1,000, and failure to stop or yield is 500. Your total bond is 3,500. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
I would like to waive it, man.
Okay. And based on your application here, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Please complete the waiver form and make sure I can understand your handwriting. Did you have any questions?
No, man. And you said the total was 3,500?
Yeah, 3,500.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's your name, sir?
Julius Priest.
Mr. Priest, you've been charged with aggravated battery. That bond is denied, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That bond is also denied. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
I would like to keep it.
All right, so your preliminary hearing is going to be set for April the 5th. Based on your application for counsel, I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, man.
All right, thank you. All right, what's your name, sir?
Dennis Reed.
Reed, you've been charged, oh, you were in that car. You were charged with open container violations, 500, obstructing a law enforcement officer is 2,000, and giving a false name is 1,000. So your total bond is $3,500. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
Waive.
All right. Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Please make sure I can understand your handwriting on the waiver form they're gonna hand to you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. What's your name, sir?
Mohammed Tanvir, Your Honor.
All right, so you've been charged with simple battery, family violence. Your bond is $2,000. Can't have any contact with Muhammad Naheem at this time. Would you like to waive and keep your preliminary hearing?
I would like to waive it, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's see. Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Did you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Check and understand your handwriting. What's your name, sir?
Torrance Astor.
Yes. Okay. Okay, Mr. All right, Mr. Tasker, you've been charged with driving on an expired or invalid tag, possession of marijuana, over 1 ounce is $5,000, violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act is $5,000, and possession of a weapon during the commission of crime is $5,000. So your total bond is $15,500. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
I would like to keep it.
All right, so your preliminary hearing date is gonna be April the 5th. If you make your bond, you won't have that court date. And let's see. Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so you're gonna have to hire your own attorney, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you. That's very good.
Thank you. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, Wadu?
You said YYYYY?
Yes, ma'am. Last name Wadu?
Okay, I see. All right, you've been charged with driving on a suspended license or revoked license. That bond is $1,500. Failure to have your headlights on is $100. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
Wait, Your Honor.
Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
What was the total again, ma'am?
Yeah, your total bond is $2,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Make sure you complete that waiver form where I can understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you Mr. Weston?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you've been charged with criminal trespass. That bond is $2,000. Drug-related objects is $1,000. Your total bond is $3,000. Would you like to waive or keep your preliminary hearing?
Waive.
All right. Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Please complete the waiver form and make sure I can understand your handwriting, okay?
Okay, well, you said you're getting an attorney to represent me?
Yes, you're gonna have someone to represent you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. What's your name, sir?
White.
All right. So why you've been charged with open container violation, that's $500, and obstructing a law enforcement officer is $2,000. So your total bond is $2,500. Did you want to waive or you want to keep your preliminary hearing?
I would like to waive.
Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Please complete the waiver form. Make sure I can understand your handwriting, okay? All right, thank you. What's your name, sir?
Michael Jones.
Okay. You've been charged with driving on a suspended or revoked license. Your bond is $1,500. Did you want to keep your preliminary hearing or would you like to waive it?
I'll keep it.
So it'll be April the 6th. And you didn't get to complete this form. Are you working?
No, ma'am.
All right. I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, if you make your bond, you won't have to come to court on April the 6th. They'll send you notice when to come back. All right, thank you.
Your Honor, we have the fugitive of justice and two more left after him. We're getting the other two that were on isolation now.
Okay.
Your Honor, we also have that young lady back for medical also.
Oh, okay. So who's ready?
Ms. Moore is ready.
Okay, all right. Ms. Moore. Okay, so let me briefly, this is the first appearance. I'm going to tell you what you're charged with. It's not a trial. You're not going to try to resolve the issues in your case. And so you have the option of whether you want to waive or keep your preliminary hearing. The preliminary hearing is your opportunity to have the state prove or that it's probable that you've committed the crimes as alleged. And if you'd like to keep the preliminary hearing, your court date is going to be on April the 5th. If you decide you don't want to keep it, you waive it, you'll be in court within 2 weeks from today's date. So you've been charged with aggravated battery. That bond have been, all your bonds have been denied. You've been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and possession of a firearm by a felon. So do you want to waive it? You want to keep your preliminary hearing?
Waive it. If I waive it, I'll be seen in 21 days, right?
Yeah, it'll be about 2 weeks. Whatever judges assign the case will call your case to see what's going on. So you want to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah, she's a waiver.
All right, thank y'all. All right, y'all.
What's your name, sir?
Justin Paul.
Oh, okay. Okay, Justin? All right, so you've been charged with a fugitive from justice, and this is basically an extradition hearing. So everything that I told everyone earlier also applies to you in your case. The difference is you don't have any charges pending in Clayton County. You've been brought to court because you have charges against you. Indiana Department of Corrections for his take. So you're being charged with being a fugitive from Indiana and you're wanted for escape. You can contest your extradition or you can waive it and voluntarily return to Indiana without going through the formal extradition process. If you decide that you want to contest your extradition, you will be committed to the Clayton County Jail for an initial period of 30 days. During this time, a warrant will be prepared under the governor's signature for extradition to Indiana. The court may consider a post bond is not required to do so. And at this time, at initial appearance, that bond has been denied. If you do not wish to voluntarily return to Indiana Department of Corrections, you can file a petition for writ of habeas corpus to contest your extradition, and you can contest 4 things: whether the extradition documents are in order on their face, whether you are charged with the crime that actually exists in the demanding state, whether you're the person named in the request for extradition, whether you are in fact justice. You cannot contest the issue of guilt or innocence in Georgia. You are entitled to have an attorney to represent you to deciding whether to waive your extradition or not. Waive your extradition process and voluntarily return to Indiana. And unfortunately, I can't tell you when they'll come for you because there are different reasons and a number of factors that affect that. So are you in fact just in college?
Yes.
Okay. Do you already have an attorney representing you in this matter?
No, ma'am.
Do you wish to contest your extradition and waive the formal process, or do you want to voluntarily return to Indiana?
I'll voluntarily return.
Okay, so if they don't have them now, they should have them. They're gonna have some waiver extradition forms for you to sign. You need to sign those and we'll submit those forms.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Here you go.
What's your name, sir?
Miguel Mijares.
You've been charged battery. Your bond is $4,000. You can't have any contact with Silas Angel Mijares. I'm gonna set your preliminary hearing date for April the 6th. Your bond, you won't have to come back to court. Are you working now?
Yes,
How much you earn a month?
unlimited,
You said how much?
unlimited. I got a black card. Everything I do is with my black card. I do everything with my black card.
Okay, so you'll have to hire your own attorney since you have unlimited.
No problem, not a problem, I'm unlimited. Yes,
Okay, so you can hire your own attorney.
yes, yes.
We'll see you in court on April the 6th.
Yes, perfect. Everything's great. Thank you. All right, that's good.
Are you Mr. Martin?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Martin, you've been charged with driving on a suspended license. That bond is $1,500. Would you like to waive or do you want to keep your preliminary hearing? Were you here when I went over all that earlier?
No, ma'am.
No, okay, so we're gonna keep your preliminary hearing date. Are you working right now?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do you average a month?
Ma'am.
Average a month in your income?
Like maybe 1,000.
Okay, based on that information, I'm gonna appoint an attorney to represent you. And so if you make your bond, you don't have to come back to court on April the 6th. If you don't make your bond, that's the next date you'll be in court. Did you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am, that's all.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, was there anybody that you was missing?
No, I believe that. Hold on. We did David Holder, right?
Yes, ma'am, he was first.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, no, that's everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
No problem, I'm going. I'll be sending that paperwork over shortly.
Oh, did you get those fugitive waivers?
I sure did. I got him, he just signed them.
Okay.
I'm going shortly.